Hola, querida audiencia. Estamos aquí para celebrar el programa correspondiente al día de hoy, BRICS en marcha. Y nosotros estamos comprometidos con la explicación de la verdad y por ello no queremos perder ningún día o casi ningún día para introducirles algo nuevo, como van a ver en el programa del día de hoy. Por tanto, pasamos a la siguiente foto, que seguimos comprometidos con la República Federal Española y hemos introducido en los, digamos, en los chats para que puedan ver el programa manifiesto de momento de la coalición Horizonte, que viene designado con la letra CH. Nosotros, en el Partido Federal Europeo, estamos comprometidos con los BRICS, pero también con el resto de los ciudadanos, porque si queremos hacer que la sociedad se transforme, no podemos olvidarnos de lo que ha ocurrido en los últimos 70 años desde que se firmaron los acuerdos de Bretton Woods y se creó las dos Europas, la Europa occidental, dominada por los Estados Unidos, la OTAN y la incipiente Unión Europea, que empezó con los tratados del carbón y del acero y que se cristalizó en el año 1957 con el Tratado de Roma hasta el día de hoy, que se llama Unión Europea, que desgraciadamente se desintegra a pasos agigantados. Lo mismo, exactamente lo mismo, que se desintegra el imperio, y por ello es de urgente necesidad que sea los BRICS los que protagonizarán el nuevo orden mundial, y en estos programas desgranaremos poco a poco las circunstancias que se originaron desde la caída del muro de Berlín, los años 90, el año 2007, cuando el presidente de Rusia, Putin, ya dejó saber que hasta ahí ha llegado Occidente. A partir de ahora será otra historia, que es desgraciadamente la que estamos viviendo todavía hoy en Ucrania. Queremos que se termine por fin la guerra, porque la paz es necesaria en Europa. El presidente Macron, con el presidente alemán y los guerreros y piratas de Inglaterra, son los que siempre quieren la guerra en Europa. Y eso tiene que terminar. Por lo tanto, vamos a indicarles un vídeo que transformará la historia.
BRICS joins Tesla. Elon Musk betrays the United States and joins BRICS. He no longer plays by their rules. Just like that, without further ado, Elon Musk has just shaken up the world order. It was not an impulsive tweet. It was not a passing tantrum. It was a declaration of strategic war, a meticulously calculated move that could forever change the balance of power between the superpowers. The tycoon who turned the electric car into a symbol of progress, who brought the internet to the most remote corners of the planet and who colonized space with reusable rockets, has made a turn that no one saw coming. Elon Musk has rebelled against Washington and has chosen to play on the side of the BRICS. This is not an exaggeration, it is a real, concrete and alarming fracture. Because behind the apparent stock market chaos, the political fights in Congress and the barbs exchanged with Trump lies something much deeper. The largest technological flight in the history of the United States, Tesla, SpaceX, KISS, and Starlink are slowly but relentlessly migrating toward an orbit that no longer revolves around the White House, but rather around Beijing, New Delhi, Brasilia, Moscow, and Pretoria. It all started as a rumor but was confirmed on June 5, 2025. Musk, in an explosive statement, announced that he would end all his federal contracts with the U.S. government. The United States no longer rewards innovation, it punishes it, he declared, and that was the point of no return. Tesla stopped participating in electrical infrastructure programs. SpaceX canceled development of NASA's Key Dragon capsule, and Starlink refused to hand over operational control to the Pentagon. At that point, Elon Musk was no longer just an angry businessman. He was a geopolitical actor taking sides. In the meantime, the BRICS had already smelled blood. India flatly refused to heed Washington's pressure and signed a deal with Starlink to cover more than 600 million people with satellite internet. Brazil was not far behind. Closed a $2.3 million deal to deploy a nationwide network of Tesla's electric chargers, battery hubs, and AI systems. In South Africa, Starlink became critical emergency infrastructure. In Russia, leaked documents revealed talks to incorporate private MC satellites into military-grade encrypted communications networks. And in the midst of all this, China did the unthinkable. It gave Tesla full access to integrate its AI system into the power grid of key industrial regions. No big announcements, no logos. It all happened quietly, like moving important pieces on a chessboard. Washington, meanwhile, panicked. The Treasury Department opened investigations into illegal technology exports. Sanctions were discussed, and Donald Trump publicly accused Tesla of being a traitorous lunatic. But the reality is more uncomfortable than any headline. The United States lost control over one of the most important technological systems of the 21st century. In a matter of months, the numbers began to speak for themselves. Tesla reduced its dependence on the U.S. market by 38%. Began exporting from Malaysia and South Africa and severed all ties with federal programs. SpaceX, for its part, has begun launching 40% of its rockets for international customers. And Starlink, that satellite network that in wartime can be as valuable as a military base, no longer answers to anyone in Washington. We are either facing a defection or the birth of a new geostrategic actor, because what Musk is building goes beyond technology. It is a parallel infrastructure, a system of energy, communications, and artificial intelligence that operates outside of U.S. rules and at the service of the emerging interests of the BRICS bloc. The case of China is especially alarming. The artificial intelligence developed by Tesla, originally designed for cars, is already managing the flow of electricity in critical industrial areas of that country, and all without directly violating export laws. They simply redefined the technology as a commercial tool and infiltrated it without anyone being able to stop them. Now, China's energy grid depends in part on software that the United States helped finance. In Brazil, Tesla's electrical management software is already competing in automated tenders to manage national energy consumption. In South Africa, Starlink has been incorporated into the National Emergency Network, displacing European companies. And in India, MASC's satellite system is already part of the National Digitalization Plan. And all this is happening while Washington's traditional allies are reeling. Germany has opened an investigation into Starlink's disregard for NATO emergency protocols. Japan has halted its expansion permits for fear that a military conflict will leave it cut off. Australia has publicly criticized Musk for cutting off access to areas such as Gaza and Crimea without consulting any government. How can a single man have power over half the planet's communications? The answer is clear: because there is no alternative. No other company offers the speed, coverage, and independence of Starlink. And Musk knows this, which is why he is now playing his own game, and he is not doing it alone. According to Bloomberg, his artificial intelligence company xAI is training its models in the United Arab Emirates, outside the control of any U.S. legislation. There he also plans to build one of the largest data centers on the planet, and while in the United States he is being expelled from committees and forums, in China he is being rewarded with new research centers and tax breaks. Tesla is now the only foreign company with direct access to the heart of Chinese technology. It is no longer a renegade company, it is a shift in loyalties. Elon Musk has not declared war on the United States, but he has stopped being accountable to it. His vision now goes beyond any borders. He is establishing himself as the first stateless technologist with supranational power, and the BRICS understood this before anyone else. It is no longer Washington that decides where his technological empire is headed. It is him, and that changes everything. Because while Congress is lost in internal disputes, Elon Musk is building, piece by piece, a new digital, energy, and space order that no longer depends on the United States. And if that is not geopolitical treason, then we have not understood anything. But Elon Musk's turnaround is happening in a vacuum. The BRICS bloc, made up of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, is undergoing unprecedented expansion, both in geopolitical influence and financial infrastructure. And that's where BRICPay, the digital payment system that seeks to become independent of the dollar, becomes key. What until a few years ago was just a commercial alliance between emerging economies, is today a real alternative to the global order dominated by the West, and Musk understood this before anyone else. The integration of Starlink, Tesla, and Xi in the BRICS countries is not a simple phenomenon of foreign investment. It is a synchronization with a multipolar vision of the world. In India, where Starlink already connects schools and entire rural areas, the government sees Musk as a partner to avoid pressure from Washington. In Brazil, Tesla is positioning itself as the technological provider of the national energy transition. And in Russia, even with sanctions, there are signs of covert technological collaboration that includes encrypted satellite systems. All this is happening while BRICPay advances as the financial piece that articulates this new bloc. Conceived as a payment system that allows transactions between brick-and-mortar countries without going through the SWIFT system or depending on the dollar, BRICPay is rapidly gaining ground in Asia, Africa, and Latin America. It is a financial infrastructure that, if consolidated, could absorb a good part of Musk's economic ecosystem outside the United States. In that sense, Tesla and Starlink are not only exporting technology, they are exporting digital sovereignty, and BRICPay offers them a secure network to operate without U.S. interference. The idea that Musk could integrate his services directly with BRICPay, completely bypassing the traditional Western banking system, no longer seems crazy. It is an increasingly real technical and political possibility. Musk is not running away. It is aligning itself with the only international bloc that allows it to operate with total freedom. The BRICS know this and are taking advantage of it.
Bueno, pues creo que este vídeo es bastante explicatorio y no necesitamos hacer muchos comentarios porque ustedes mismos podrán ir recopilando datos con lo que nosotros aquí introducimos y los cambios que se van a producir en un futuro próximo. Es una verdadera lástima que tengamos que ser nosotros un medio alternativo para que la población por fin esté al corriente de todo aquello que ha sucedido en los últimos años. Y cuando hemos dicho antes que los medios oficiales y los interesados del sistema solamente están al servicio de la política, pues naturalmente nosotros tenemos que seguir insistiendo en algo que empezó al final con la caída de la Unión Soviética y que hasta el día de hoy todavía no ha terminado ese problema hasta que Occidente se dé cuenta que cometió un gran error, el mayor error de la historia. Habrá otras interpretaciones, pero nosotros, en la historia de la Asociación Unión Europea de Mallorca, hemos seguido siempre las pautas independientes que nos hicieran llegar hasta la fundación de los Estados Federados de Europa con una Constitución federal, que estamos todavía en ello. Aquí también lo comentaremos en un futuro próximo, sobre todo para darle la bienvenida a los BRICS. Y bien, pues aquí tenemos nuestro canal de YouTube. Ustedes pueden ver los vídeos que se han transmitido hasta la fecha, pero también podrán ver los siguientes. Con lo cual, nos queda solamente mostrar aquí a nuestra compañera de discusiones y debates en los BRICS en marcha, y Amparo hoy no ha podido asistir, pero estará otros días para acompañarme aquí y aportar su válida opinión desde el punto de vista de los países iberoamericanos. Así que pasamos al final y os deseamos una feliz tarde, un feliz fin de mes y nos veremos en la próxima edición. Si hay algo importante, lo haremos en cualquier momento, pero si no, sobre la hora del mediodía estaremos aquí con el programa habitual. Así que hasta, bueno, pues hasta la vista. Pasen un día muy feliz y hasta pronto.